Hey folks, this is Best in Slot, and today we're going to preview a just officially announced upcoming dinosaur-ish game. It looks really cool. I've been following it for quite a long time now. This is the trailer for The Wandering Village. So, definitely a little bit different, right? The Wandering Village, and I'm going to link their Kickstarter down below, is being developed by a 10-man indie developer called Stray Fawn Studios. Now you may recognise that name. They are the same developers who produced Niche, or Niche if you want to be a terrible person. That genetic development game you may remember we played on the channel loads and loads a few years ago when it first came out. God, it's a while ago now. Now, The Wandering Village itself is coming to Steam in the second half of 2021, and it's no longer a dinosaur game strictly, we'll talk about that. When I first followed the project initially, I think I was following the developer who came up with the original idea, and they very much described it as a city builder on the back of a dinosaur. I think, I could be wrong here, I believe the original idea was on the back of a dinosaur. Now it's changed up a little bit and it's this huge, six-legged, more fantastical beast, albeit one that could easily pass for a slightly odd Diplodocus or something. Actually, it kind of looks like an Ankylodocus. Dinosaurs, either way, are still clearly the design inspiration, and that's cool. Dinosaurs are cool. But what do you actually do in the game? Between the website, which I will also link down below, and press kits and trailers, we've got a pretty good idea. The Wandering Village is of course basically a city builder game, or village builder game, I guess. The world has been taken over by bizarre plants that are emitting poisonous spores. You saw them being burned away at some point in the trailer. These people have a very homely village, but they also have flamethrowers. They're very advanced in some ways. And the villagers, to escape from these spores, take refuge on this gigantic creature they call Onbu. This alone would give Village a little bit of a twist, because most city builders are static. The disasters, they come to you, barbarians at the gates. Tornadoes blowing in and flinging your guests and triceratopses away. Triceratops abodes. Alien attacks on your cities, back on the old SimCity game, which was basically the only reason I played them. Village, by virtue of its movement, is a little bit different. Your little town is going to be moved through a variety of different biomes, each with its own challenges and resources. You're going to send your villagers out on little foraging missions in these different biomes. Hopefully they're going to abseil down the side of the giant planty dinosaur, because that would be cool. And they'll bring back supplies for your farmland and your expanding township. This keeps things shaken up constantly, and is a good excuse for the developers to throw a huge manner of different obstacles in our path as city builders, because who knows where Onbu's going to go. He's an absolute wild card, that lad. I don't know if Onbu's meant to be male or female or genderless. Are they the last of their species? Will we know more about the species of Onbu? Is Onbu the name of the species? I don't know, I'm just going to say he because it's easier, and Onbu sounds male to me, but who knows? But the point is, Onbu's large and mysterious, like myself. Who knows where they're going to go? Well, we might, a little bit. If this was simply a village builder on the back of a dinosaur with some changing scenery, I'm not quite sure I'd have made this video I'd have been interested in the game, but would it have warranted a preview? But the hook that I really enjoy with this game is that Onbu isn't some unknowing creature, it's not unknowable that you're riding on, but an actual living beast that not only do you have to care for and look after, maybe by, I don't know, growing specific plants and delivering them to Onbu, you know, just pass him down and feed him, you know, stuff like that. Maybe by giving him a little head massage, who knows. But you can actually build a relationship with the creature. He'll start to grow to like you as a town people. If your villagers take care of Onbu and guide him well, he will guide you further from the spores and maybe even help you with your tasks and take you to specific resources, stuff like that. Now, you do have to harvest resources from Onbu to survive. This big old dinosaur has a whole, you know, farmland, plantland, forest growing upon his back. But you must at the same time keep him strong. Apes took it. No. So I'm assuming there is some resource management at play, wherein if you harvest an area or resource too much from the back of Onbu, you'll begin to damage him. And Onbu is beautiful and must be protected at all costs. The game is still a while away from release, 8 months at the minimum, and that's that's the optimistic side of the scale. It's between 8 and 14 months, assuming they hit their timescale. But this relationship with Onbu and Onbu himself is the original aspect. It is. That's what makes the game original, so I'm really hoping that's what they focus on. Niche was all about genetic variation in animals, and I believe Wandering Village is being built, at least partially, as a roguelike. You know, all these games where you send people out on expeditions and they come back with myriad different things, they always have a little bit of a roguelike element. I.e. though, you'll want to have various attempts at the game to learn things, maybe even develop abilities for future runs. If Onbu himself has some variation to him, both visually and in personality, then that would make future runs much more interesting and make Onbu himself, you know, come to life. Everyone would have their Onbu, and you'd grow attached to the ones that survive with you all the way to the end. No idea what the end would be. Maybe at some point the goal is to find somewhere free from the malevolent sporing. So maybe you find that place and you and Onbu live out your days happily. That would be cool as well. But who knows where they'll go with it. We'll keep an eye on the project going forward, assuming it reaches its Kickstarter goal, which I'm sure it will. But as I say, I should cut that out, but I'm not going to. This is it, you're behind the scenes, folks. That wasn't in the script, by the way. None of this is in the script. It's all gone crazy. Anyways, the Kickstarter will be linked in the description of the video down below. Go check it out, as well as the website, which is a remarkably beautiful little website. There's not much to it, but it's very nice, and there's some really cool screenshots on there, although I've shown you a lot of them already today. This is definitely a unique game though, something straightforward and are pretty good at as it happens, and I'm looking forward to playing a dinosaur game, inverted commas, that does something very different from the rest. Also, I mean, it's a village builder on top of a giant moving dinosaur. That's like inherently really cool, right? I think it's very cool anyway. It's like that episode of Doctor Who with the British spaceship, but hopefully much less violent to the space whales. You know what I mean? Anyways, that is it from me. The ending is off script, we've gone crazy once again, but I really like the look of this game. I think it looks beautiful, the music's lovely. I'm not totally sure on the mix of 3D and 2D in the art style. I'm curious as to what the reason for that was, but I guess it makes it easier to give your villagers personality, and it's definitely a unique take. Really, I'm just excited for more Onbu. But that's because I'm coming at this from a dinosaur relationship point of view rather than the city builder point of view. As long as the city building's entertaining, I'm hoping there's like a good amount of randomness built into the game to make different runs seem more interesting. You know, maybe Onbu, I don't think he's going to follow the same path every time, so you may start your village in the same place every time, but then you'll end up in some swamp, or you'll end up in some volcanic region, or something like that. You never know where Onbu is going to take you, which is a really cool, unique aspect. I really like that. And I hope they up the randomness quite a lot, because I think that's what makes these games inherently work. You want to be frustrated sometimes, like, no, why is the game punishing me? But then when the game doesn't punish you, it feels even better. You know what I mean? If they're going in that roguelike direction, who knows? Who knows? But yeah, keep an eye on the game. I will obviously update you if we get any big new information. I think it looks really cool, but let me know what you think as well in the comment section down below. Okay, that should be enough. If not, there'll be some black screen in a minute. Right, thank you so much for joining me, ladies and gentlemen. Go check out the game below. Back it on Kickstarter if you like the idea. Save the space whales. Cheers much love as always. Hit the like button if you like the look of the game, or indeed this video more importantly. Tomorrow... Sorry, little preview, I should have said this during my time wasting. We're going to do something a little bit different. A little bit, we'll see. And I'll see you guys then. Thanks for joining me. Cheers much love as always. Bye bye.